How does a young lawyer succeed? Three things. First, you have to have fun. What we do is just too hard. If you're not enjoying it, you're not going to be happy with it. And life is too short to do something you don't want to. Second, you have to get organized. Complex files involve just too many things to do at the same time. I've seen a number of people extremely intelligent, but unable to be on top of things simply because they didn't have a structure. So you need to establish a structure. Third, you need to have a plan. What does that mean? At the outset of your practice, after a year or two, you have to decide what interests you. And you have to take this, you have to write it down, and you have to write the steps you're going to do to get there. Because otherwise, your files are going to drive your life, and you may be lucky or you may not be. But at the end of the day, for my part, I'd like to decide what I want to do. I'm extremely competitive myself. I'm a type A personality, but you learn throughout the time that you have no choice but to succeed as a team. So you learn essentially to let other people around you to contribute as much as you do. You learn to listen more. If I had perhaps two qualities that people, I think, would mention when they think about me, I listen a lot, which is uncommon for a lawyer. I listen to client, I listen to everybody around. Even if I have myself lots of things which I want to say and which I will say in due course, you have to take on board everything that the other people are going to tell you first, and having that in mind, essentially you do a synthesis of it. But listening is the first quality. And second, in files like that, you have to keep your eye on a big picture. You can't get on a very single, or you can't get sidetracked, or essentially you can't focus on things which at the end of the day may be important for one reason or another, but may not give you or lead you to the end result. To those who are concerned with work-life balance, I would say this: it can be achieved. It sounds as weird as it may sound, it can be achieved. And I'm actually an example of that. I have a very interesting but challenging practice. My wife is a PR executive. She has her own firm. So we have a very challenging life. But I managed to be at home at 6:30 at least 1 week out of 2, because there's a number of small things which can be done in order to ensure that you're going to have a presence at home. And that's a small little trick we did. We're a perfectly happy couple, but we have some sort of switch custody in the following sense. 1 week out of 2, I'm at home at 6:30. The other week, she's at home at 6:30. We try to arrange our dinners and so forth accordingly. It's flexible, so if I need to be in the office several evenings, so be it. But that is the structure we follow, and it works. I've been lucky. I've been successful in school. I've been lucky in life. I didn't have to work through my studies. I would say that the biggest thing I had to overcome was actually to learn how to work seriously. Many people at law school, it was my case, and I think it was the case of many of my colleagues. It was easy for us to go through the courses, to get good grades, but then you have to face real life, and that takes much more than studying and stepping the game up and being able to work and being able to address the needs of the market and the reality of the working life in a proper way and in a real way was certainly perhaps my biggest challenge.